being a former history guy in another life, it was always a struggle or my goal to sort of bring history alive. And I know living history are things that we've talked about. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, living history is a fantastic way to get students engaged. I told Mr. Knighton, the principal, one time that the students I could say the exact same thing that I was going to say in a regular class, but if I show up dressed up in some crazy costume or doing whatever, the students are much more prone to listen. Mm-hmm. And so it was actually through the encouragement of one of my grad school professors, Dr. Richard Gardner over at Columbus State. He really encouraged me to do living history in the classroom, and then through my connections with Andersonville, that gave me the resources to really implement that. And so throughout this school year, I've been known to show up as a Revolutionary War soldier. Obviously showed up in a Civil War reenactors clothing and did a program on the Civil War in Andersonville Prison, again taking the part to the students that couldn't be there. I showed up dressed up as Lincoln, trimmed off the beard a little bit and put on the top hat and did the Gettysburg Address and the whole 9 yards. And that's a fantastic way to get students involved. But living history isn't just about teachers putting on a show. It's also about getting students involved.
I understand each of you played a certain character, or you were assigned someone who was actually there. So, Carl, who was your person?
I portrayed Ira Deo from upstate New York, and he was a member of the 85th New York Infantry. He enlisted when he was only 17, and he actually enlisted in 1861. So right after, a couple months after Fort Sumter, and then he was captured 64 at Plymouth, North Carolina, and he was shipped to Andersonville with a large group of his men, and there were about 2,100 were captured. And then he kind of survived. He was moved out to Florence, up in Virginia, I think. South Carolina. And then from that, he was released. So.
Okay. And what about you, Ty?
I portrayed Charles Brandegie of the 146th New York Infantry. He was captured at the Battle of the Wilderness in Virginia and was shipped to Andersonville. He stayed at Andersonville. The one unique part about Charles Brandegie is he actually had a congressman, or an uncle that was a congressman in North Carolina, which, North Carolina was part of the Confederacy.
Right.
So he basically told the person who was in charge of Andersonville to basically make this, give this money, it's about $200, to Charles, or some battle stuff will happen. And he basically stayed in Andersonville because he was sick, and then when he got better, he was released in early 1865. He was paroled.
Okay. All right. And Javon, who did you portray?
The guy I portrayed was named James Henry Gooding. He was born in Troy, New York in 1837. The guy has a unique story. He could actually read and write. In fact, he wrote a letter to President Lincoln. But my guy, he got captured in the Battle of Lusty in Lusty, Florida, and when he was captured, he was sent straight to Andersonville. He was wounded while he was at Lusty, so when he got to Andersonville, I'm pretty sure the leg irritated him, so he died while he was there.